Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another video. This week I was really struggling for video ideas. Not because I don't have ideas, but because the ideas that I want to do take quite a bit of time. This is the video that I'm giving you this week while I make the other ones that I'm really excited about. It's been a while since we've done a sit down video and talked one-on-one. I wonder, how are you going? It's a Friday evening for me, and I thought I would sit down and I would tell you about the classes that I'm doing at the moment, because I don't know if it's interesting. If it's not interesting, then I'm really sorry. I thought I would just give you a bit of perspective into what I'm actually studying at the moment. So I'm in my 4th year of vet school, and that's our second to last year. So I don't know what that's like around the world. If you go to vet school in another country and it's a different system, I would love to hear about it. I always find it so interesting, the different ways that universities around the world do veterinary medicine. Correct me if I'm wrong, but overseas you have to do an undergraduate degree before you can do veterinary medicine, because that's a postgrad degree, whereas here in New Zealand, veterinary science is an undergraduate degree. So you can do it fresh out of high school, never having studied before, and do a 5-year degree, and you're a fully qualified veterinarian, which is basically what I'm doing. So I thought I would sit down and tell you about my current classes and the kind of things that we learn in our 4th year of vet school. We have 5 papers this semester for our 4th year of vet school. They include veterinary, anatomic and clinical pathology, cattle health, production, population, medicine and therapeutics, small animal medicine, surgery and therapeutics, integrative studies in veterinary science, and lucky last, medicine and surgery of birds, reptiles and amphibians. Those are the 5 papers that we have so far, and I'll talk to you a little bit about them. So we have 5 papers every semester in vet school, so we try and cover all of our bases, at least if not briefly. So for example, the birds, reptiles and amphibians paper that I'm doing this semester is probably the only birds, reptiles and amphibians stuff I'm going to get my whole degree. Veterinary, anatomic and clinical pathology. The definition of pathology I will put on the screen. It covers all the different disease processes for different body systems. So for example, last year we did the renal system, so kidneys and bladder and stuff like that. At the moment we're doing the gastrointestinal tract and the exocrine pancreas. The next few weeks we have the hepatobiliary tract, which is basically the liver and the gallbladder. And then we have endocrine diseases and metabolism and skeletal diseases and all that sort of stuff, which we'll learn this semester in pathology. I actually have an exam for pathology next Friday. The next paper that I have is cattle health, production, population, medicine and therapeutics. Because New Zealand is a very agriculturally driven economy, we have a paper solely dedicated to cattle. For the past few weeks we've had lectures or lectorials, which is a tutorial combined with a lecture about cattle welfare, managing pain, surgical procedures, reproductive health, that sort of stuff. I said health like with an F. Our next paper that we study is small animal medicine, surgery and therapeutics. And this basically covers everything to do with small animal health. I do find it
very interesting.
So far we've gotten to do some really cool things. We've been learning how to do suturing, which is basically stitching up and tying knots, set up anesthesia machines and oxygen machines, critical care, emergency stuff, radiology. We've been doing all kinds of things recently, really. We had a workshop last week on grief and dealing with loss as a veterinarian. My next paper, which is probably my favorite so far, is medicine and surgery of birds, reptiles and amphibians. So far we've just been starting off the semester with birds, clinical exams, critical care, anesthesia, respiratory systems, pharmacology, and then we're going to move on to reptiles, and then later on in the semester we're doing amphibians, and it's probably the one I find the most interesting so far. And our last, which is called integrative studies, and we've been doing integrative studies since our first semester after getting into vet school, and the whole time it is just case studies. So every week you get a new case study that you work through. Sometimes it's a really short case study and it takes you like 20 minutes. Sometimes it's a really long and difficult case study and it could take you hours. The case studies are designed to get us to challenge our knowledge that we've been learning about at the moment. So we had a critically ill dog and we had to work through that as a critical care patient and what we would do, the drugs we would give, how we would help it, give all the information we know about the disease. Sometimes I find it a real burden and a real challenge, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I haven't done my case study this week. But then I start doing it. Once I get going, I actually find it really interesting, which I should do because I'm going to be a vet, so I might as well find the case studies interesting. That is our 5 papers this semester. So we have another 5 papers next semester. Yeah, if you have any questions about what I learn or what I'm learning at the moment, let me know in the description. Let me know in the comment section down below. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for a cool video idea that I'm going to be doing next week. So it probably won't be out for another 2 weeks because I have to film and edit, and I also have 2 exams and a quiz due. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.
Like unravel gifts on Christmas. And that's word to Mel Gibson and all the fake Christians. I copped the new Jordan drop, I'm feeling like